Hi, it's Nicole with Simple Stories, and I'm diving back into the Color Me Happy collection to celebrate International Scrapbook Day weekend. There is a hop happening over at Simple Stories with some giveaways. So go ahead and open up the description box below this video if you're looking for the links to that. The video that I'm sharing today is just to kind of go along with my layout, but the emphasis is over on Instagram for the hop. But I wanted to be able to kind of share how I put this layout together. I have a couple new sketch bundles that I've been itching to play with, and can't remember if I've used this one yet. It's going to pop up on the screen here in a second. I kept being drawn to one that is very much outside of my typical like style of sketch that I gravitate towards. I tend to like more muted patterns, and I tend to not do a ton of what I would consider pattern mixing. When I saw this sketch, I just could not get it out of my mind, and then was really in the mood to use Color Me Happy. So I can't show this sketch, but it's that second one kind of tucked into the graphic right there. And essentially, you are cutting strips, turning them into a kind of downward facing triangle, and the strips are made up of different papers. I say this sometimes and people are a little bit confused, but if I ever tell you that a sketch or a style or something that I'm doing is out of my comfort zone, just trust me when I say that. These are patterns that I don't think I would normally put next to each other. I'm not really sure why. Like I said, I think we just kind of get stuck into modes of doing things a certain way and then just repeating them because they're comfortable. So I cut out a bunch of strips. The sketch had specific sizes, but what I ended up doing was picking like half inch, 1 inch, I think 1 1/4. And then the ones with the pre-printed scallop, I just cut where there was space between the designs. So I'm not 100% sure on the size for that. Here I am laying everything out and really just trying to figure out, do I want to use that pink ledger or the blue ledger? This is another kind of out of the box for me. I think normally my go-to would have been to put this on top of white cardstock, but I was just really, for some reason, in the mood to kind of push my boundaries a little bit. And I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad because at the end of the day, it's just paper. If I decided that this was really not it, I could have torn it apart, put it, moved it to white cardstock, put the pink as the background instead, kind of shifted back more into my like safe comfort zone. I'm really glad I didn't. I also have been kind of diving back into different things that I used to do years ago. I used to ink my edges a lot. I don't really do it anymore, but every once in a while there will be a collection similar to Color Me Happy where there's just these bright colors with an emphasis on the pops of black, and it tells my brain, one, negative journaling, two, black ink. So my go-to ink pad was dry, so I ended up just using like a mini cube that I have for stamping for like Copic coloring, and just went direct to paper with that. It created less of a like blended out edge and more of just a solid kind of contrast black ink, almost if you had taken like a marker to it. Here I am marking the center from left to right, but also about an inch up. So I'm trying to figure out where do I want the tip of all of these strips to kind of land. I'm also using this quilting ruler. Listen, I have a hard time with a T ruler. I also don't practice with it because I can't find it. So this ruler is just it. I like it. I like being able to visually see where the little tick marks are lining up. It just, we all use things differently. But I like that if I'm doing any of these slanted designs, this ruler has those numbers on it, and it really does just kind of help me line things up. Once I got those first 2 rows, I didn't really need to rely on the ruler because I can just butt everything up against each other. Now, pretty sure the next ones that I'm going to put down, I am not going to realize that the little scallop strip is upside down. That pink one is upside down. Does it matter? No, It is going to bother me because I'm going to put the pink one upside down and then I'm going to put the orange one upside down as well. And I didn't notice until I went to draw my stitching lines and realized that if I didn't flip them back around, my stitching lines kind of wouldn't match or like wouldn't be like a mirror image. So I am going to fix that. It was a pretty simple fix, thankfully. So went ahead, got those in. I was actually really liking it at this point, and I'm not sure if you caught earlier, I went to attach that pink ledger paper directly to my background, forgetting that I needed to put these strips on first, but all the adhesive was on the back. So I intentionally just went ahead and stuck this to my mat. That was not an accident, that was intended. And you know what? It actually helped hold things down. Because it has all that adhesive on it, I cannot put it in my trimmer to cut these off. So the ruler's coming back out and I'm just going to take an X-Acto knife, cut that off, bring that ink pad back in to kind of finish off those rough edges. And then I can bring back my white base here and go ahead and get this put on. I like to put it on my, like whatever final layer is going to be my background, I like to stitch through that. It just makes everything a little bit less bumpy on the top layers. So that's when I'm going to go through, draw my lines. This is when I realized it was upside down. This one I was able to, I think both of these, I grabbed the piece that I had cut off out of my trash can and I was able to just kind of peel it up, inlay it back in, kind of take an X-Acto knife, clean up those edges. I can peel it back up and add the black ink to those edges as well. And then I can get back into drawing my lines and figuring out where everything needs to go. I've seen a lot of people commenting that poking holes for hand stitching is not their favorite. I'm weird. I thoroughly enjoy this part. I get excited when I get to this phase of putting a layout together. Probably because I know that once I finish stitching the holes, it's probably either my lunch break or I can take this downstairs and stitch and watch TV. So I think it's just kind of like a Pavlovian effect that I'm not paying attention to. My two photos are not from the same day. This is not something that I typically do. So again, I'm kind of going out of my comfort zone with this as well. But these were within, I think one was on like a Thursday and one was on like the following Wednesday. Super close together, and my kids had mismatch day and crazy hair day. My daughter, you can tell kind of which one is which for the photos. My son, even to this day, he very much wears like a hoodie every single day, and it's always the same hoodie. So sometimes you can't tell that something's different with him. And at this age, his hair really wasn't long enough to do anything like crazy with it, and I wasn't going to spray color on it. So my daughter is the one that I can kind of tell from the photos which day is which. So I matted those on white cardstock. I did go ahead and put them on foam adhesive. Again, that's not something that I do typically, but I really just kind of felt like that this layout with the bright patterns, that focal kind of triangle diamond design going on was lending itself to it being sort of one of those attention seeker type layouts is kind of what I dubbed them in my mind. I dumped out all of the embellishments onto some cardboard. My trays were full at this point, and I like to just do a quick sort. I just make a pile of stuff that either I like or I think will work on this layout, not intending to use all of it, mostly just to create a smaller pile to pull from. So I'm not constantly moving things over that are for sure like not going to fit on this layout. I chose the Smile Big phrase from the foam stickers. I just felt like that was really good. There was also this little teeny tiny one that I put on the photos. Now, where I put the word big, I don't love it. I am going to move it. It was just bothering me. I feel like it just wasn't, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that it doesn't look right to me. I went ahead and used the number 1 and number 2. Again, kind of emphasizing that these were 2 different events, 2 different days. And it brings in, an opportunity to kind of bring in that orange, bring in that pink. I used the little scallop wonky kind of borders. These are my favorite thing in this collection. They're probably going to be the first thing that I run out of in this collection, but that's okay because I've used them. They now live in my albums and I can enjoy them there. I did bring in some of the adhesive brads, so I wanted to kind of bring in some more circular elements. So I grabbed some of the button stickers from the sticker sheet. And because there's so many of these in different colors, I can really like focus on colors that are maybe missing on that side. So where there's orange and green already, I can bring in blue and yellow instead. I'm going to carefully peel up these foam stickers. I've heard from some people that these rip their paper if they try to move them. I've only encountered that if it's on my photo, but if I go to move it within probably 15 or 20 minutes, I can usually move it and nothing rips. So I just kind of put that to the side because I didn't want to put it down again and move it again, put it down again and move it again. So set it to the side. I'm going to kind of bring in some more stuff to have peeking out from behind the photos. Then I can bring it back in, nestle it a little bit closer to the word smile, and I like that better. And then I did negative style journaling where I just do, I like fill the text block with black, change the text font color to white, and then print it out, cut my journaling strips, pop them up with foam adhesive as well. And that was pretty much it for my layout. I did include both dates on one of those journaling strips, so check that box. My date crew will be proud. Got some detail photos for you. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you're looking for links to the collection, the sketch, anything going on with the hop, like I said, hit that show more button underneath the video and everything should be in the description box. I appreciate you guys for stopping by and spending some time with me today, and I'll catch you later. Bye.